Good morning, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. It's September 18th, 2012, Tuesday morning. My grandson just went to work. It's 6:30 a.m. Wanted to well, one thing, this is going to be another test, a little bit of a test of this Logitech, and this is the C920. I reviewed the C910 and I used it for quite a while, made a lot of videos with it, and then I got a C920. That's what I'm using now, but I got the C920. And the difference is with the C910, when you make a 1080p high definition video with it, let's say I made a 20-minute video. When I got done making the 20-minute video, the software on the computer would start compressing and would compress the video, and it would take 20 minutes to do that. With the C920, there's a chip in there, or memory or whatever, and it compresses it as I'm doing it. So when I get done making a video, if it's a 20-minute video, I can upload it to YouTube without waiting 20 minutes. Well, I got the C920 and made, a couple videos and did a review of it. Then I kept making some videos here and putting them on YouTube, and I noticed in each video, occasionally there'd be a little color shift or something. Not bad, but just a little color shift. And I noticed it was in every video. It didn't. I'm not sure. Maybe once every 3 minutes or 5 minutes or something, it would happen. And I noticed it was in every video, so I gave the C920 to my grandson, and I took back the C910, and I've been using the C910 without any problem. I don't think he even used the webcam, the 920. Well, I got a new computer on Saturday. Today's Tuesday, and so I went and got my C920 back. I've got it hooked up and I'm using it. And now I'm wondering, because of this being a better computer than the laptop that I was using, whether this is now maybe will not have that color shift problem or whatever. This has been 3 minutes so far, so we'll find out. I wanted to talk a little bit about the new computer that I got. I like it. I got it from Amazon, $500, 6 gigabytes of memory. I hooked up the computer, the DVI, to the Sharp, I'm not sure how big it is, TV set. To see, so from the computer I'm coming over into my monitor with VGA, and then I went over into the TV set with the DVI, and I could, it served as it could be a second monitor. I could drag stuff off onto it and see it, and it wasn't bad. I couldn't get the resolution. I'm not sure what I needed for that size. Couldn't get it right, and I just didn't, I just didn't like it. So I disconnected, that. I think if I'm going to have, and I have in the past used 2 monitors with computers, I think if I'm going to have 2 monitors, what I really like, because in the past I had 2 monitors, and they were different brands. I think one was a CRT, one, and the other was LCD. And I just didn't like the fact that when I had something on this monitor over here, it just, oh, it's on the bad monitor, you know. So I think what I would really like to have when I can afford it or whatever is like to have two monitors, same size, same brand, and hopefully are going to look the same side by side. So I'm going to make do with one monitor. So what I did then is I hooked up from the computer. I disconnected the VGA and I hooked up DVI to my monitor instead of VGA, and I wanted to think that it was faster or better or whatever, and I really couldn't tell that it was. I went into my game, Civilization 5, and it wouldn't let me do the resolution that I use on the monitor over which it had before with VGA, but it wouldn't with DVI. And also it didn't look as good, so I just went back to VGA from the computer into the monitor. Want to mention a little bit about politics. Last time I think I mentioned politics was after the Democratic convention. So what's happened since? We had the rioting and stuff going on overseas at our embassies, deaths of American diplomats, and we had Mitt Romney decide to take advantage of the situation. That was really, he really messed up. He really showed how all he thinks about is politics, and he's just looking for an opportunity, and he wants to be president so bad. And you could just see him here, you know, a diplomat had an ambassador for the United States had died, and he was looking to take advantage of the situation, and it just really was bad. And it hurt him. Really made a mistake, and you wonder how he can make those kind of mistakes, or how his staff can allow him to make those kind of mistakes. And I think I might have said this before in a video. After this is all over, I'd kind of like to read the books or see the interviews or whatever with people. You know, are his people telling him, giving him bad advice, or are they giving him advice and he's ignoring it? And the other thing I wanted to mention, and it's about Mitt Romney also, is the tape of the video of him talking before a few of his million dollar, you know, supporters, and thinking that nobody is recording it and there's no news media there or whatever, and somebody secretly records it. And a lot of people right now, the last day or two, are making a big deal about what he said. It really shows what type of person he is. And you know, he says that in the video, he wasn't expecting to get out to the public. You know, he says, you know, 47% of the people. I'm not quoting him exactly now. You know, are welfare moms and leeches and worthless people who just expect the government to give them benefits, and he can't get their votes, and he doesn't want their vote. Well, I don't think he said he didn't want their votes, but that he couldn't get their votes because they just wanted a handout from the government. You know, they were too lazy to work, and just there again, you can watch the video yourself, what he said, but I don't think that the Democrats, you know, the Democrats right now, and a lot of liberal sites are thinking, oh man, you know, here he is saying 47% of the people, and he said that 47% of the Americans get handouts and benefits from the government and don't pay income tax and so forth and so on. I don't really think this can be, I mean, it's not going to help him, but liberals like myself and Democrats, you know, they're not going to vote for him. And we already know how he is. We already know how the Republican Party is. And his supporters, they're not crazy about him. His supporters don't like him. But his supporters want President Obama out. They fucking hate President Obama. They want him out. And Mitt Romney could take the podium and could stand there and masturbate and give a speech, and they would still vote for him. Not that they approve of that, not that they like Mitt Romney, but they just want President Obama out of their White House and get their government back. So I don't think it's going to hurt him that much, but it does show the type of person he is. Now, I'm one of those, I'm not sure if the number is actually 47%. I mean, you'd have to check on that. I worked all my life. I never went a day that I wasn't working. I had 2 jobs, many years. I had 2 jobs, a part-time job and a full-time job. I paid income tax. I paid into Social Security. Every paycheck, money went into Social Security. I paid into Medicare. Money went out of my paycheck into that. And now I don't pay income tax. I don't make enough that I have to pay income tax. But I paid into Social Security, and I paid into Medicare, and I pay $100 a month for Medicare now, but I don't pay income tax because I don't make enough. I don't get any benefit. I don't get any charity from the government. I don't get any handouts from the government. I don't get food stamps. I don't get housing allowance, a discount on my housing. I don't, not that there's anything wrong with, getting those things if you make whatever the Congress, decided, drew up some type of guidelines, or if you make less than X amount of money and you have X, a number of dependents or whatever, you get food. You can get food stamps. You can get subsidized housing, maybe if you make X amount of money. And I don't know I don't think that this issue is going to hurt Mitt Romney as much as the Democrats think that it is going to, because there is a large number of people who think that that there are welfare mothers. What do they call them? Is it welfare mothers? There is a large number of Americans, a really large number, and of course they're probably mostly Republicans, who think that there are people who are taking advantage of the system. They think there are, and they think of them too as being black. But most people who get, the majority of people who get welfare, or I'm not sure what, who get it, are not black or Hispanic. They're, the majority are white people. But it's not pictured that way. And there's a large number of people who think that there are welfare mothers who pull up to get food stamps or other benefits of some part, in a Cadillac or a Lincoln Continental, and take advantage of the system. Now, are there cases of, fraud? Definitely. When you have millions of people doing something, there are cases of, fraud. Definitely there are. There are corporate people who, are committing fraud. There's corporations that commit fraud. HCA, Hospital Corporation of America, or whatever, ripped off the government for, I think, probably billions of dollars. The current Republican governor of Florida was the head of HCA at the time. So of course, there are people who rip off the system, but that's. And my feeling has always been, let's start with corporate welfare first. Put an end to corporate welfare, and then put an end to corporate welfare. The oil corporations and the military-industrial complex that are ripping us off, stealing from us, bribing politicians, and bribing them by giving them money so they can get elected, and then also letting them know, hey, when you serve your time in the White House or wherever it is, Congress, when you leave, we'll have this job for you, of $250,000 a year and all kinds of benefits because you can, so take care of that first. Then let's go after, the welfare mothers and stuff. I think Mitt Romney just called for cutting, or somebody, I didn't listen, called for cutting federal government employees by 10%. I think we're better off by hiring 10% more. Put new employees to work in, investigators into Medicare, and have them go out and put an end to the fraud. Perhaps you pay that Medicare investigator, maybe he gets $50,000 or $70,000 a year, and he can go out and put an end to people stealing millions or billions of dollars, So anyway, so I covered, I think, everything. Let me check real fast my blog, full of Mitt, funny little video there. Mitt Romney on Obama voters. See, today is the day the Endeavor is going to be transported. So it's going to be on the back of an aircraft, the shuttle Endeavor, and it's going to fly today over the Space Coast and Cape Kennedy, Space Center, and whatever. Then it's going to be flying down to, Texas, and we'll fly over some places, so people are going to be able to look up and see it, because they're going to do flyovers, and then it's going to be go from Texas out to California, where it's going to be in a museum. And when it goes out to California, it's going to be doing flyovers there, with it. Romney retooling his campaign message. Do not call list. There was a report that the do not call list is not working, and I can guarantee that. Been on it for years, on the national do not call list, and on the Texas do not call list, and I get robocalls, and it'll be, do not hang up. This is an important message. We're going to give you free an alarm system for your home. All you have to do is put a sign in your yard, absolutely free. Guess that's it. Anyway, they said it's not working, and I can guarantee to you that it isn't working. So I'm going to stop this video, and then I'll get a chance to see also whether the C920 works if you have a computer with enough power. Thanks very much for watching.